After 1 minute 29 seconds of the first round, Manfredo stopped. The winner, Joe Calzaghe.
Well, Calzaghe gave up his British super middleweight championship last week to concentrate on bigger things, which he hopes will include a world title fight this year. Could easily happen, because his promoter also has Steve Collins, Robin Reid and Frankie Lau as world champions in his camp, so they would be... Might be a bit of ring rust for him after so long away, Glenn.
Yes, they could be. He may just want to feel his way into it a little bit. He is noted as a fast starter who gets guys out of the way as quickly as possible. And he just throws punches from all sorts of good angles, so he's a very good talent.
Left hand, packs a bit of power as well. Oh, the left hand decks Christie in round one. Looked a bit disorientated for a moment, breathing heavily. Up with the count at 7, Christie, but his Calzaghe...
You just see it here. He comes in, just swipes by the top of the head. And that was the first one. Often the punches on... He was just trying to, a different angle, get out of the way there, Christie, but that was a good left hook from Calzaghe. Nice sharp punch, and another one.
Sharp little left hand in close. He's down for the second time. This might be very quick.
Damaging. This one is the second one. It didn't look as good, just swipes him on the head, and he's rushing forward and goes down from that one.
Still half a minute left too in the first round. Might feel like half an hour to Christie as he takes another left hand and goes down for the third time in the round. There is no 3 knockdown rule. Denzel Lewis, the referee, takes a look.
But already he's under fire in the first round, and he's already felt the power of Calzaghe, and you see he backs up here, and he didn't really want to know, and that one looked more like a slip.
The end cannot be far away, you feel. Here's another left hand into the body. Oh, a right hand this time, chopping right, and Christie goes down for the 4th time. How much more of this will Denzel Lewis want to see? Will Christie get up? He does, with the count at 8 this time.
Or what's landing that Christie's going down with. Come on.
Oh, and a left hand this time came from a very unusual angle. That was a class quality punch. He might not get up this time. And if he does, I wonder if the referee will let it go on. The count's at 9. Did he make it? He did not make it, I don't think. I think he was counted out. And if he wasn't counted out, he was stopped. It is over in round 2.
The performance.
Well, having said all that, of course, he's been out of the ring for 8 months, and he probably needed a fight just to get him back in.
The referee having counted out Carlos Christie, your winner and still undefeated as a professional, Joe Calzaghe.
Part of the glove. If one of you goes down, the other go a bit further. So break when I tell you to. Defend yourself all the time. Shake hands, boys. Good luck to you both.
premiership really against somebody from the Vauxhall Conference. It looked like that beforehand, and it was that. No quarrel at all with what Calzaghe did. He made that different show, and how.
Well, that's what he had to do. He had to do moments like that, and that's what he did, so he did well.
All over, no count necessary. Dave Paris waves it off. Couldn't let Pudwill take any more. I'm sure it was a horrific sight for his wife Melanie, who travelled the Atlantic to watch him tonight.
Was in no position to continue. He's still the WBO super middleweight champion of the world from Newbridge in South Wales, Joe Calzaghe.
WBO super middleweight champion of the world, Joe Calzaghe.
The best referees in the world.
The rules in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Give me good sportsmanlike conduct. Obey my commands at all time. Shake hands.
I should have thought to get that weight off. 10 pounds since his last fight. Oh, he's come firing out now. Southpaw Joe Calzaghe. Likes to bide his time a little bit, although he's had fast knockouts, Eubank. Oh, the left hook on the deck. He's got up as if to say, hey, don't count over me, but he's got the mandatory 8. That wouldn't have happened at the height of his career. Oh, he was hurt, all right. No kidding on that one. He was down against Michael Watson. He's been down before in fights, but that is the quickest he's ever been down. Now he's going to trade with him, Eubank. He's got a lot of spirit. And then wins this round, I would think, with that knockdown. Usually is. Oh dear, he's clubbing away there. Thinks he has, and he has in many ways. But again, it's the quality of the opposition that's been questioned. He won everything possible except an Olympic as an amateur. He does unload Calzaghe. He's holding Eubank, and that's his own fault that he's getting clubbed. The referee won't pull it out. What an explosive start. He did say, Calzaghe, he was going to come out and throw lots of leather in the opening round, demoralised Eubank, tell him he should be retiring and go back to the light heavyweight division. I don't think Eubank's ego could cope with a one-round defeat. He tried to do a little alley shuffle there. There's no point in giving boxing lessons at this stage of his life, is there? Just got to try and keep him happy in the corner. Well, showing contempt as well now, Calzaghe, dropping the hands. He's been threatening to knock him out all the time. He said, I'm going to just overwhelm him. Oh, he hasn't given up yet, Eubank, has he? See, he's never kept up the flow of punches. He's always done them in bursts like that. He seems to have recovered. And, well, to be fair to Calzaghe, he's saying, well, I think I'll take my time perhaps a bit with this fella. That's not his usual way, I must say. 76 kilo, 68 super middles. Calzaghe can't make out, as I thought he might be. If you've got had the man on the deck in the opening round, you've got to be brimming with confidence. It's not over yet. It's not over until the fat lady sings in this game.
Break out, step back.
Got to watch those low punches there, Eubank. It's the last thing we want to see, a disqualification. See, they're saying work him to Calzaghe. It means make him work. Don't give him a chance to look around. Oh, look.
Don't be holding the head. Don't be holding that head now.
Loves the glory of the game. He doesn't mind the money either, because he spends it like it's going out of style, Eubank. Repeat, it's vacant now, given up by Steve Collins, who twice beaten Eubank. He's getting a bit low now, hitting on the... Uppercut is usually Eubank's best punch. Eubank's got one of the twin brothers, not his twin, brothers who is a twin, in the corner. One of them defeated Mkrtchyan. Well, he wants to stand and trade now. The crowd love it. I don't know what Calzaghe's thinking, because he hasn't had anybody come back at him like that for a long time. He loves it when he can bide his time a bit, Eubank, and that's what he's doing. Nigel Benn, when there was a dispute in Rome, and he won the championship there, some referees would have called a no contest or something, but he didn't. He gave it to Ben. Almost, I'm sure that's Eubank's brother, actually. It sounds like him, but it's a long time since I've heard him shout, because he didn't used to work Christie's corners. Oh, that was to let Calzaghe know that this is not going to be easy. What did I say? That was his brother, and he's annoyed. It's a little bit of family problems going on there. He's something else, isn't he? Shut up, he's going down to his corner. Wants to do his own thing. He doesn't want the brothers to say, we won that fight for you. That's what's happening there. Hasn't quite got that authority at this stage, has he, Calzaghe, that he had at the start. Obviously, with knockdown, but he looked so full in control. Oh, that was all right. A little bit high on the head. Having two virtual sparring partners to beat in the Middle East. dive in though, Calzaghe. Almost 10 pounds he had to get off, and with limited notice because he was fighting at light heavyweight originally on this card. And the way that Eubank can do it, so far he doesn't look like running out of gas. I wouldn't call him a pretender, he's a bit better than that. This is vacant, this championship, to repeat. Oh, I said early on, that's the punch he's got to worry about, Calzaghe. And now he's getting that much closer to him, Eubank. That hurts. He's trying to fight Eubank's fight, Calzaghe. Get macho. It might be not be his favour, although there the crowd watching from the back there can see that he did okay there, Calzaghe, shoving Eubank on the ropes with that little battery of punches. Half past midnight as you're watching this fight here, you'd think they'll be a bit weary anyway. We'll slug it out with him, Eubank. I tell you, he'll go down fighting whatever happens. Oh, that's it. This is more like the fight we wanted. And who can keep going the best? He'll be in good physical shape, Eubank. There's no question with him. He trains hard enough. But we're just wondering now whether they're being out the ring. Oh, connected there together. They both look like going. Round 6. Oh, hello. He's come to life. They've lit the blue paper there, the litmus paper, haven't they? Oh dear. That's his own thing. You can almost hear old Eubank thinking, really, can't you? He stands there, looks down there, what do I want to do now? Oh dear, the lights look like they were dipping there. I don't want the lights put out accidentally. Oh, what a good scrap now. I'd always anticipated it being a hard one. A lot of people thought that Calzaghe would be too young, too strong. Oh, good shot there. This is no breakaway there. He shot that one in. So he knows all the strokes, the old heads at work. Then to the end of the 6th round, and now he'll fight back the whole way there, Eubank. So he's got to fight his way out of trouble there, and he's doing it, and the crowd are responding too. Well, the young lion now is really feeling it. The old lion tamer's at work at this stage. If he could win this fight, Eubank will get more respect than at any time in his career. He's still got it to do. As they would say in the Ryder Cup, there's a long way to go. It's not quite, I would think, that little sort of cockiness that Calzaghe had at the start. Now, he's understandably showing a little bit of respect for Eubank and saying, well, it's harder than I thought, and I've got to use my nut a little bit here and use it the correct way in the boxing sense. I could always do without that. He's not quite so willing to fight inside now, Calzaghe. Right on the bell. And it's turned out in many ways a better fight than many of us thought. It was, in the end, I was on the fence, but there you go. Who cares? Oh. Trying to duck below those. Now he enjoys doing that, Calzaghe, when he starts. But enough, I would have thought. Oops, gave him a little bit of an elbow there to go with it, didn't he? Oh, good shot there. He just bent away from it. Calzaghe coming to life a bit this time now. He just fancies it a bit more. Oh, well, that was a perfect combination. Bang, bang with ribs and then the uppercut by Eubank. It looks as though he's timing the rounds to finish with a good spurt, maybe catch the judges' eyes a bit, but they're very experienced. 3 top referees in England and the judges. 9th round. So that's the first time, as they say, unknown territory. They're always saying out there for Calzaghe. He's always trying to find that one payoff punch though, Eubank, and frequently he's done that. I don't know whether he's saying no to himself or no to the audience and the referee with that one, but he got tagged anyway. He's really going on just short spasms of punches now, Eubank. It's the volume's coming from Calzaghe. Oh yes, good clips they are. He's still got to watch himself a little bit, Calzaghe. You know, with Eubank, he's so cagey. It looked like he might be dropping hands, not fancying it, and suddenly one out in the blue. Calzaghe definitely is throwing more punches. Oh, good shot. That might have been a turning point there. That left hook. She's falling into him. What a brave character though, Eubank. As I said right at the start of the fight, he's got a good chin. He always has that. Whoa! That was right on the bell. Be fair. Good start. Takes a lot of pegging back. Some good stuff coming in from Eubank, but let's face it, it's not my opinion, it's the 3 judges that count. And it hasn't always been easy to score the round. Oh yes.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
In WBO there's a standing count. That surprised me, I'd forgotten that. No, it was a left hook really, but he just touched down with... Confuses me. Sometimes they don't have standing counts, sometimes they do. I mean, Joe Calzaghe must know the rule book backwards, but if he worked for other organisations, it might have fooled him a bit. Well, the young lad, 25, I repeat, he's staying the course pretty well now for the first time. But obviously, if Eubank had been at light heavyweight, that would have been a different. It's a bit too defensive. They've still got that little bit of spring in his step, hasn't he, Calzaghe? He's an all-pro. Round 11. We're beginning to say at this stage, his youth being served as it often is in the fight game. His old age pension, but fight-wise, he is a veteran, and he is, well, you know, once he's been out so long, it takes a lot to get back. A young kid firing at him all the time. But the bragging, I think, with Calzaghe has gone. The one that said, "I'll knock him out, don't worry," and all this business. But there's always time. What we got, about 5 minutes at least. Just trying now. He's going to try it. That's it. He's just looking for the one haymaker. And it'll be better than a haymaker. He'll try and time it properly, Eubank, but he might have left it now too late. He's a bit more sprightly, isn't he, now, Calzaghe? He probably figures he's got the fight in the bag. See, but is he going to save it for the last round, Eubank? It's possible. On the other hand, Calzaghe, now he's getting himself back into it. He fancies it a bit now, doesn't he? Look. 23rd. So they're calling out throw punches to take him out. They're calling in Eubank's corner there. Sounds like his brother again. Wins this championship, but this is what 12 rounds is all about. Against the guy who knows his business. So look, he's going to fight it out to the end, Eubank. He's meeting him punch for punch. In fact, is Calzaghe looking for a stoppage? And he would revel in that if he could do that. Now Eubank in the last round. You can hear that noise of that shot in the back of the hall. He just can't put the volume of punches together anymore, Eubank. Certain sadness about it, but on the other hand, let's credit Calzaghe. He's the one that's done the work. He's the one that scored the knockdown. Or 2 knockdowns, one a bit iffy. A glory for Joe Calzaghe, the London-born Welshman. 17 victories inside with knockouts and stoppages. But this one looks set to go the distance. There's always time. 10 seconds, and there it is now. It's all over now. And a good rally too by Calzaghe. Wants to finish looking the part, and he nearly nails Calzaghe. Eubank nearly nails him. Well, I think by putting his arm around him right away, Eubank is accepted. Well,
the winner, who is now WBO super middleweight champion of the world, Joe Calzaghe.
Reid looking to become a world champion all over again. Can Reid take Calzaghe's power? And if he can, what happens then? Calzaghe the southpaw, Reid with the white trimmings.
When it's all over, they'll be friends. They have that respect. Obviously, this is such a big fight. You can't afford to have any good feelings for your opponent.
Reid is a natural counter-puncher, so if Calzaghe tries to close in, will be looking for the counters. Remember that Calzaghe had Eubank down in the first round, but that turned out to be a 12-round thriller in the end. Calzaghe a little anxious not to commit himself, a bit wary maybe the counter. There's that left hand again, gets through with it. Second time he has. Reid has never been floored, so if Calzaghe stops him, we'll know even more about that punch power. Reaction, believe me.
Reid's very, very wary. Almost intimidated. He's some right hand there from Reid.
Can he rediscover his best form here? He'll need to produce, you feel, an inspired display.
Calzaghe taking the fight too. We're looking for openings there. Reid forced to cover up.
Just getting a little bit reddened around the face already, Reid. Neither man has been on the floor.
Pushing Reid onto the back foot, but that'll suit him. He likes counter punching.
Careful not to charge in and leave himself open to that counter. With a little wear of each other. There's the right hand from Reid, no good hand speed from him.
Calzaghe much leaner and longer muscles.
Calzaghe, a big tall man to get inside 12 stone. He needs certainly to move up to. Both fighting for the first time in 10 months as well.
Good punches from Calzaghe now.
Calzaghe.
He's just a little bit sharper to the punchy, and she's got Reid on the back foot. Reid struggling a little with the speed of Calzaghe.
Simultaneously with Calzaghe's Calzaghe defending his WBO super middleweight title for the 3rd time here. Reid gets a punch and Calzaghe finishes the smart. Calzaghe's growing in confidence. Might can play consistency be a problem for him?
He shouldn't get too flashy with someone like Reid.
He gets in with a body shot, and then comes him around there with Calzaghe holding on. Brief little moment of success for Reid. He needs more of them.
In this fight, there's no call for that. Calzaghe's going to be right there. He's going to make him fight.
Just tend to drift in and out of fights. Reid.
Calzaghe's boxing good at long range. The jab and the straight left working well.
Calzaghe's speed. Reid looking a little bemused by it at the moment. Third round. Beginning to put these together in combinations too. Calzaghe now. This is the young Welshman who may be on the launch pad for fame and stardom in the United States. There's a really cracking left hand too from Calzaghe. He now winks at somebody at ringside.
Looking confident.
This is looking a big job for Reid at the moment. So what can Reid do about this? Let's see. Fourth round. He's getting his gloves up. Well, he's catching quite a few on the gloves, to be fair. Combination from Calzaghe. He really has got fast, blurring hand speed at times, Calzaghe.
Really, they just seem to sting Reid for a little bit.
Wondered whether he was just covering up an injury. There have been reports coming out of Wales about the sparring being curtailed. Maybe problems still with the elbow, and maybe.
And that's how I have it with Calzaghe pulling away, giving him the second, third, and fourth rounds. He's looking good and just faster and beating Reid to the punch.
Oh, good right hand from Reid. Maybe a shot of the contest. That really sent the sweat spraying from Calzaghe's head.
Well, he needed something like that, Reid, just to change the tide. Give Calzaghe something to think about.
Oh, and a great body shot from Reid too.
He looks strong, and all of a sudden his right hand has started to just stop the jab coming out. He's not doing as much, Calzaghe, maybe having to think about things.
Oh, it's another breaking right. Exploited by Reid. Are we seeing a twist in the plot here, in effect?
And this could be that confidence booster that Reid needs.
Body shots and headshots for Reid, who suddenly found some inspiration here in the fifth. This is boiling up now, isn't it? Reid's going to start asking questions like this really could turn into something rather special. He's just got a little clue there. Will he try to build on that and switch entirely the tactics and strategies we thought we'd see beforehand?
Yes, he did. He was just starting to slip away from him. Calzaghe was growing in confidence, and then that right hand is a successful one for Reid.
Make some noise. Maybe they're growing in hope. Calzaghe's getting up. Right hand, left glove, and he didn't stop the right hand there again. It could be very hard. It might not be a one-punch knockout, but he's getting through it. So there's Reid got a cut there. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's cut on the cheek. That's good to see this, isn't it, Calzaghe? I don't think he went in expecting to blast Reid away. I think he knew that Reid was usually pretty durable. Nonetheless, does just maybe put a little doubt there. Reid just looking a little swollen up around the cheekbones, apart from that cut on the right cheek. So tight that it's a real problem. Might he just begin to fade later on in the contest? There's certainly no sign of that. It's just something to look for. the trunks, the Scouser. Calzaghe did some great things early on. Reid came back at him. Now what next?
Come on! Let him go!
Getting the gloves, Calzaghe there.
We've seen more of the spoiling in this round.
Calzaghe starts to open up. The referee has definitely got his beady eye on Robin Reid. Big headshots from the pair of them. Better round again this one. Calzaghe's just picked up his speed and tempo a little more in this round. Looking at his combinations, probably did a bit more in that session. He's about 3 points behind Reid at this stage.
He's the time having a very costly round, the last one. Just getting it closer to get the Reid when let it slip with that.
Oh, big right hand, Reid. Got through again with the counter shot. Chin looks good. Lacy shot and he switches for a moment. Calzaghe again just getting quite grueling now, but Calzaghe here, we've looked for weaknesses in it. You just wondered if he was starting to turn the tables, didn't you? Around the fifth round, but he hasn't quite been able to build on that.
Could have been alright if the referee hadn't have said break, which he was not.
Right hand, Reid. Take one back, mighty, but Reid getting in the more solid, cleaner shots. Needed to win this round after what happened in the last one with the point deduction. Oh, terrific shot! Reid shot at the fight. Right hand, and Calzaghe eats that up too.
With those right hands, he's pulling out time and time again. Look good.
Shot. Oh, terrific right again from Reid, who probably landed about 7 of those in the ground. Calzaghe getting hit too often. He must have lost that round. The scorecard suggesting that Reid needs to win all these last 3 rounds. That may well be the way of it. Got a bit rough in there at times, isn't it?
It has. Reid's fought a rough fight. Calzaghe hasn't really complained. This is a tough fight, and there's still not a lot in this. Calzaghe at no point has had it all his own way. Reid's been in there.
He got the gloves at that time, Calzaghe, and dropped the right hand.
Reid still has plenty of fire, still letting that right hand go successfully. Calzaghe's trying to get the fast punches going. He's trying to take up the tempo, Reid. I think that could be good for him to do. See what really pushed Calzaghe back. See what he can do on the back foot.
It's another matter. Strikes look a little bit different. Different angles. Good right to the body, Calzaghe. Oh, and the right cross, good shot. Calzaghe, and right to the body too. Better work now from Calzaghe here. They won't be doing any male modelling engagements tomorrow. What a shot from Reid, but back comes Calzaghe with a left hand. Both of them refusing to be dominated. Almost matching each other punch for punch. Oh, big right cross from Reid. How did Calzaghe take that? No effect. Reid feigns injuries. Calzaghe launches again at him. This is a sub round, this 11.
This is a great round. You can tell them they're both throwing everything. I think they realise it's very close.
It could easily depend on this last 3 minutes for the WBO Super Middleweight Championship, as good as we thought it would be.
In the bounce, Calzaghe's still just at 1 point ahead, so everything's still to fight for.
I think he'd gone flat and jaded. Too many hard fights in a row. Always had that theory about him.
first fight.
Take your hat off to these two to be in the condition to use anything like this again. Punch for punch.
Both showing great heart, great determination.
Solid shots that have actually got through. Did then too with the right hand.
How crucial is that 1 point deduction going to be?
Maybe very crucial. They're at it again, even in the closing seconds. There's the bell to end it. It ends with them in a furious exchange. And Roy Francis says, well done the pair of you, I think. What a great fight, he says.
And still, super-middleweight champion of the world, Joe Calzaghe.
Unbelievable that there was 5 rounds difference.
Side break, stand back to exactly what I mean. You got it? Right, shake hands. Have a good one.
The referee, who's been officiating for 19 years, 65 years of age, he says it's like having a door slammed in your face to have to leave the business he loves. The blue trumps the black of champion Joe Calzaghe. Woodhall's had problems with southpaws in the past, both his defeats. But he's a good technician, Woodhall. Body shots from Calzaghe. These two very good friends. Oh, right hand, and it's hurt Woodhall. There's the power of Calzaghe. He's having to cover up. He's definitely hurt. He had Eubank on the floor, remember, the night he won the title in the first round. These are problem moments here for Woodhall already.
As well, Calzaghe, but Woodhall keep the hands tight, get on his bike a little bit.
Watch the use of the head, says Roy Francis. And Calzaghe here with some heavy shots. It always looked a tough assignment for Woodhall. It's already looking tougher. Woodhall has problems punching with the right hand straight, because if he misses, it's absolute agony for him. That is a handicap for him, fighting against a southpaw. Again, he's rocked with the left hand of Calzaghe, who really does have brilliant hand speed. Calzaghe really setting himself for these shots.
Setting his feet trying to get the big punches on. Woodhall, decent right hand there. Good form.
Self-defense. Woodhall hits him with the right hand right at the start of the round. Took Calzaghe a bit by surprise. Stormed out there, Woodhall, and tries to take control himself. Going into this fight that he couldn't stop Calzaghe. He thought if he was going to win, he could do it on points, but he was confident he could do it on points as well. Good body shot from Woodhall, and again. And a big right hand. It's a good shot.
He's trying to throw that right hand in a hooky manner, bring it up.
And they just turn out the pass. This is good stuff from Woodhall here. What fire. Terrific right hand again. Well, this is warming up. It's another showcase for Calzaghe, who is regarded both sides of the pond as the best super middleweight in the world, but he was going into this anyway. He's proving pretty easy to hit here.
He is. Woodhall still landing that right hand. He's just thrown it as often as he can, but he's getting through with it.
Never mind that injury he's had a few years and problem with the right hand. He's going to throw it, and it's working for him in this round. This is Woodhall's round. He's really opening up here. Woodhall taking it to Calzaghe. What about this? Good body shots from Calzaghe towards the end of the round. So that's Woodhall's second. Woodhall, the long-established servant of British boxing. Another big right hand. No head movement at all from Calzaghe. It's just as well that Richie Woodhall. And the low one there. talking to Richie Woodhall last week and visiting his camp that he was ready to put up a big performance here. Yeah, I think he accepts that as well. Fighting for his very career. Might even quit, you would suspect, if he lost this badly enough. Woodhall not having to come forward and try to put the pressure on Calzaghe. Staying on those ropes, Woodhall, rather than moving, which is what they'd want him to do, I think. Calzaghe having to take these shots again from Woodhall. So easy to hit. If he does fight Roy Jones, and it's only talk, who's not really a puncher, but had Woodhall down 3 times. They felt that they concentrated on too many negatives going into that. They filled Woodhall with too many negative thoughts. It was one of the theories of Richie and his father about that one. Good shot up from Joe Calzaghe. Sharp little left hook.
He's starting to land a few solid ones now. Calzaghe getting his rhythm better.
Calzaghe, when his move takes him, can box rather well. Elbow injuries and wrist injuries and hand injuries. There have been spells of inactivity which haven't helped him. Body shot there from Woodhall.
Calzaghe doing a bit more though.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Finishing with a left hook, or cross anyway, and then some body shots. Calzaghe working well and finding a nice rhythm now. Woodhall keep the punches up again. Roy Francis takes absolutely no nonsense in there. It'll be sad to see him off the scene, really, in Britain anyway. Calzaghe just looked to be taking control in the 4th. After Woodhall had a couple of good rounds. Not by the nose as well now, Woodhall. Woodhall's shown here, though, Glenn, that he's not a shot fighter yet, is he?
Well, certainly not. He's certainly got plenty of pride. He's worked long and hard at this. He wants to give this a real big effort.
Got a lot of blood around Woodhall's face now.
Yes, Calzaghe's catching him more and more. Just getting his rhythm now, Calzaghe. Starting to let the shots go a lot better.
Mixing it up to head and body as well. Trying moments for Woodhall here. I don't know quite what the answer is to that. There's another one pumping in. I mean, what would he do if he was in with a really big mega puncher? Trying to meet fire with fire. Woodhall. But again, Calzaghe appears to get the better of the exchange.
Yes, Calzaghe's fast hands.
This is pretty good from Calzaghe.
Yes, for me, Calzaghe getting better as the rounds go on.
Concentrating on body shots quite a lot, Cal.
Very difficult. Southpaws normally are pretty good at timing their jab against your own.
They do present special kind of problems. Woodhall's struggled with southpaws not only in those 2 defeats, but also against people like Horace Cleary and Derek Wormold earlier on in his career. That's a great combination from Woodhall. He's showing his class there. And I think he's going to need a career best performance.
Yes, he's working very hard. He's trying. He really wants to win this. He knows how much this means.
this round. Was the question too about Calzaghe and the weight? It's a really big problem for him to get down to 12 stone. It has been for a long, long time. Calzaghe looking to work the body at every opportunity. And again, Woodhall getting trapped on the ropes, taking quite a few on the gloves and arms and getting himself out of trouble quite cleverly. And there's that right hand again. Don't want to harp on about it, but if Joe Calzaghe is going to fight Roy Jones, he can't do it like that. Jones will absolutely marmalise him with right hands.
Well, that's a different fight, and certainly Calzaghe has no Roy Jones on his mind at the moment.
No, he hasn't. Good body shot again from Calzaghe. Just the greater authority about him at this stage. Well, at the back of the hall getting excited, I don't think it did land cleanly. That's neat boxing. Clever three-punch combination now from Calzaghe.
Yes, he's doing more nice and neat, putting the combinations together well.
Body punching of Calzaghe, and he, I think, will have won that round. No whirlwind romance, that one. Woodhall steps it up here. Listen to his fans. The reluctant Italian before losing it to Marcus Byron. Again, the right hand. That just seemed to stiffen the legs of Calzaghe. For me, that one.
Calzaghe still taking too many of those right hands.
Right hand from both of them, landing almost simultaneously. Just swelling up around the cheeks, Woodhall. Nothing to worry about at the moment.
This is a hard fight. It's technical and it's tough and physical.
He's really lifted himself in this round, Woodhall.
He really rocked the head back of Calzaghe there with a good jab, Woodhall.
Right hand gets there from Calzaghe with Woodhall. Yet again, snarls back defiance. What a performance Richie Woodhall is putting up here. He's so desperate to prove the critics wrong, Richie Woodhall. Maybe as a trainer or official, he says. Calzaghe still getting hit with too many rights. For all his neat combinations, there's a nice straight left from him and a body shot. Calzaghe coming on strong in the late seconds of the round. Oh, and he's been hurt by a lowish one, Woodhall. Can you remember Calzaghe, remember the champion in the black trunks? Oh, right hand, big one, and Woodhall just ate that up from Calzaghe.
This fight really has, grit in his teeth. He's trying hard, and his punch resistance much better.
Calzaghe, a fighter who doesn't have all the credit he deserves in his career. He was a little bit boastful in his younger days, but he's settled down and matured, and he just wants that one big defining fight. But first of all, he's got to win this one. And that's no formality against a fired up and inspired Woodhall, who's there again with the right hands. If only Woodhall had a real dig.
He's a good straight left there from Calzaghe. Just Woodhall back.
He was hurt by that, wasn't he? He sagged from that punch. That took a bit out of Woodhall. And still he comes back.
He's boxing very well, Calzaghe. He's been hit too many times with the right hand, but against a very inspired Woodhall, Calzaghe still on top.
Punch of the round for me, there was that straight left of Calzaghe's, which really made Woodhall sag. Dives in with the right, Woodhall. This is a great round.
Which is a brilliant right hand.
Superb action. Credit to both of them. Sometimes he does put those combinations together really well. That's really good too. And Single straight left, that's class. That's the best of Calzaghe. Oh, and he just knees backward and Woodhall, and he's down! Down he goes right at the end of a round. And he looks hurt and tired, up at 8. And he'll come back for more. But Calzaghe has got the big breakthrough at the end of the night.
Reid, he knows what he's got to do. You know what you've got to do now? As soon as he comes at you, throw the big eye.
Not complaining, I can tell you. Enjoying this one. Been a terrific battle. The shot from Calzaghe. Is he looking for the stoppage now? Woodhall was lucky that he was on the floor late in the previous round and the bell came at a good time. But Calzaghe now is pouring in the punches and looking for the stoppage. And he's going to stop it. It is over. It has been stopped in the 10th round. Roy Francis steps in with Woodhall still on his feet. There were no complaints from Richie Woodhall at all, or from his corner. There are mutual hugs. Joe Calzaghe is still the champion, but it was a heroic effort.
Moment from Richie Woodhall. He tried so hard, but I thought Calzaghe was very, very good. Had to take a few too many right hands, but he was taking off a good fighter.
Roy Francis is last act. Refereeing in World Championship level in Britain is to stop the fight.
The winner by way of technical knockout, still undefeated and still the WBO super middleweight champion of the world, Joe Calzaghe.
This could be fiery and feisty. Between them they've got 39 wins in 3 rounds.
Watch your heads. Watch out of there. He's got to mix it up.
if he lands right.
Calzaghe's throwing a lot of shots. He's looking for the right ones. I think he needs to be visible.
And Bucks, Fizz and Paul Young, boxing trainer now as well. This is what his son does.
10 seconds! Seconds out! Get the water here! What's your head?
speed.
Punch out. Get out of there.
5 punches. Brewer.
Reid, I got it.
Capacity of Calzaghe to throw these dazzling shots and busters.
Get off his neck. Reid, I got it.
That weight difficulty is trying to tell us that the way he always comes to know the limit of his heart.
On his neck.
He's dangerous because he has nothing to lose anymore.
Reid! That's okay.
He's trying again to close the fight.
Punch out. Watch out. There you go. Out of there. Reid.
All three in favor of the winner and still champion, Joe Calzaghe.
In the most historic of settings. How good, though, is Miguel Jimenez? He's been talking a big fight all week. Can he produce one? Well, I think the macho man came out that week. Tonight, I think he's planning to be a little more.
He will want to be the first person to do that.
Looking to get in with that left hand. This will be a new experience for him. Couldn't make the weight. That's when Jimenez was brought in for this 3 weeks ago.
Good combination punches early on from Calzaghe.
In the black trunks. In front of his home fans again. The 11th time on the way he scored in Cardiff. The American debut, still not happening in this fight, but Andy respects it.
Well, that's the challenge. If you're going to win and going to take it away from Calzaghe in Wales, you've got to win it big, and you've got to go and...
Calzaghe isn't what you'd call a big concussive hitter, but he stops anybody really but the top fellas.
Yes, a lot of time. I think he loses. He does go for too much speed, just throws combination. Looks exciting, but a little bit inside of the glove work.
It's good stuff from Jimenez here. Partners gym, which used to be run by the ref Richie. I think he still does. Left uppercut this time.
Yeah, he's looking to pick his shots more in this round, Calzaghe.
Expect. And that would really be a humdinger if they could get Hopkins, the excellent middleweight, to the Millennium Stadium or somewhere like that. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Going with a right hand, two of them in fact. Cocky and brash in earlier years, Calzaghe. He's become a round, relaxed fighter who's well at home with his role as world champion. He is to live with a kind of exalted level fighter is up against.
There's a couple of decent jabs from Jimenez going in there. More of them.
And a left hook out of his southpaw stance.
In this round, he's looking to try and take his man out. Good left hand.
Just going to try to pick the punches. Takes a couple of rights. Trying to pick his punches and not waste so many. Calzaghe did a body shot there from Jimenez. So has the odds success. Just to remind Calzaghe.
There isn't a great deal coming back. Defensively, he's pretty tight and pretty tough, but you know, he needs a lot more shots thrown, really, if he's going to have any chance at all.
But he has got cards of pride. More left hands from Calzaghe, who wants this over. Punch might just deliver some kind of fantasy victory for him. To be honest, not much sign of it. And
dangerous for Calzaghe when he could get caught. Just getting a bit frustrated at not getting him out of there.
Calzaghe whipping in the left hand. He can't make a serious dent.
Yes, I think Calzaghe wants him to throw more, to open up a little bit so he can get the spaces to get his own shots on. Getting frustrated at the lack of punches coming back.
7th round into the second half of the fight. Not many people thought Jimenez would last this accident of timing. Another left hand from Calzaghe. But limited Jimenez, it must be said. Slacking a little, getting that left hand there, Joe. One thing he is, this fellow, is resilient. So far, anyway. That's a good shot. That's in Philadelphia, grew up in Puerto Rico, which produced any number of very good fighters like Manfredo Gomez.
He's doing everything he possibly can to try and open Jimenez up and get the shots he needs on. But it's difficult, really. It's hard to criticize Calzaghe. He's doing everything right.
He's in the gym.
Yeah, they say he's been inspired with very good fighters. And worked at the gyms an awful lot.
But then you Jimenez is tough, but I think it has to be said that's around 9.
I think he's hoping the best he can look for is to try and take Joe Calzaghe the distance and get some credibility for that. Yeah, and that's where a little bit of doubt sets in, and that's where he can make mistakes. So he's really got to keep focused, keep his mind on the job at hand.
He needs a knockout to win the fight. He's that far behind.
I think he needs 2 knockouts here.
Will Jimenez try to do more late on? Will he get brave? So he's even further behind now, Jimenez. He's already a country mile adrift.
It takes 2 to make a fight, and Jimenez really hasn't done that. He hasn't went out there to try and win, and that's where the problem lies. Calzaghe's tried to break him down. He's mixed it up well. He's power shots and
quite what he had in mind, really.
Yes, and you wonder, when he says he can't, about the hands. He has that hand problem in the past.
He can look after himself. There's all the hallmarks, as we were saying earlier. The man who's won a few rounds with those top names like no effect. No sign of him really taking the gamble that his corner were talking about, throwing the kitchen sink or even trying to. It would have been hard for him to make the weight, but absolutely no sign of that at all. We should have done better than to question about it, really.
With a couple of big left hands from Calzaghe going in.
He's just had too much, technically, all the way through, really, for Jimenez. It's all over, and for me, it's a complete shutout. Every round belongs to Calzaghe, and Mger was hard for him.
107, all 3 in favor of the winner, still undefeated, and still the WBO super middleweight champion of the world, Joe Calzaghe.
They've coincided with his 2 defeats against Mger of France and against Sven Ocker back in March in Germany, where it's almost impossible. Knocked around the defence with this interaction, helped Calzaghe, and Mikkel gets him a good-looking right hand to the body. This is a fellow who knows his way around at world level, but after 1 or 2 soft defences, defences since he beat Charles Brewer. This will be a definite step up again for Calzaghe. It's hanging together on the inside there.
To the style of each other. Southpaw, Calzaghe and orthodox Mitchell.
Two looking left crosses coming in from Calzaghe, and another one too, but he almost walked onto a right hand. Sometimes open to those is Jimenez. Left hook caught him as well in front.
He's working with that free hand, Calzaghe. That's a good left hook as he left the short score.
His hand speed and work rate is tremendous, Calzaghe. Next 3 minutes away, and he's hitting Mitchell with some big headshots here. And I just wonder whether this American might hit the floor again. He's done it in the past, and definitely looked a bit dazed under that attack.
Yeah, he was definitely hurt by some good shots. He's a bit heavy of foot, Mitchell.
Calzaghe really teed off with the left hand. Really getting on top here, late in the first. Calzaghe. Mitchell finding it a bit of a whirlwind. Others have before.
Nice speed from Calzaghe. Mitchell just didn't know where the punches are coming from.
He's right close to Mitchell, and he keeps getting it with left hand, like that, and that. Got him with an uppercut of his own. But these two won't have to go looking for each other.
He wants some good solid shots. He's got him again with that right hook.
Mitchell's taken a lot, but he has stayed on his feet. It developed into a terrific opening session, especially for Calzaghe. Byron Mitchell was against yesterday's men and several of them the day before yesterday. Would love to be the first to stop him. He never has been stopped. Hands which are quick and accurate.
He's overcome with a few things that Calzaghe's doing, and the speed is certainly one of them.
Interesting to hear afterwards what Mitchell thinks about Calzaghe having fought Mger, who vies for Gerald's world number one in his last fight. Good body shots there from the American. And down goes Calzaghe. Caught by one, and that's the first time he's been down in his career. Well, can Calzaghe cope now? These body shots and another left hand. He's staggered under this, and he wants to go to war, and he gets it, and a tremendous left hand. Mitchell will catch it. What do you know about this? Amazing stuff. Calzaghe fires it home. The eyes of Mitchell swim, but somehow he stays upright. What a huge left hand! Mitchell tries to roll through them, but Calzaghe's getting to it now, and he's getting to it big time. And this after being on the floor in the round.
Well, something has to give, and it looks like Mitchell.
Surely can't go on as he collapses, and he's stopped all over in two dramatic rounds. Joe Calzaghe, sensational. Unbelievable.
He is still undefeated and still the WBO super middleweight champion of the world, Joe Calzaghe.
Title remained the gap between fights, by the way.
Round
This is
one.
exciting to be done. It's to show the boxing skills of it here tonight, he says. I'll do this for Calzaghe. He only really knew. Calzaghe with those fast hands. Oh! He hasn't lost a fight since he was wearing an amateur vest, aged 18 at the European Junior Championships. He is that good. stone has to get down to 12 stone. It's a near starvation diet for him in the last few days. Identification, still got the matinee idol looks and driving the Swiss sports car. He ought to be an even bigger star than he is. It's taken for granted a bit. I think Calzaghe is world champion for 6.5 years. Mkrtchyan That's too much. Nice left hand. Calzaghe in another. He's outspeeded all the time. Just using a southpaw jab. He's got about 3 years left at the top in boxing.
Mkrtchyan, he's strong, he's solid, and Calzaghe doesn't want to commit because he feels he can come back with something. Just takes one punch.
Well, there is always that. Yeah, at the moment you have to say he's looked a bit slow, plodding and short of ideas.
It's hard to get anywhere near Calzaghe on points because he is so good.
In his opinion, Mkrtchyan was in no position to continue. Your winner, and he is still the WBO super middleweight champion of the world.
All right, gentlemen, the time you've been waiting for is here. The opportunity of a lifetime, so remember, take advantage. You had your instructions. Bone here, right here is fine. Both you got it trunks high. Shake hands. Good luck to both of you.
They say it's the biggest super middleweight title fight since Roy Jones against James Toney back in 1994. Calzaghe fighting out of the southpaw.
I don't know if he's going to get the chance to box his way to victory because Lacy's just going to come looking for him. This is where he needs to have the fight up close. He's got scar tissue underneath his left eye. You know, he'd be the one to cut. I think if this is going to go to cut to anything like it, but this is what you expect from Lacy, just going to come looking for Joe.
Right hand from Lacy, and then the one to the body, and then a big swing, and Calzaghe gets hit. He starts going into a tower. Here goes the work rate from Calzaghe. Remember, the left hand is the fragile one. He can't afford to have that one damaged. But so far, he's got the speed to just jab his way in, and then content to tie Lacy up in close. And Calzaghe will be happy with the way this first round has gone.
Lacy can't match Calzaghe for work rate.
He's just coming crouching in. There's the right hand. That's the best shot from Lacy so far. That's the danger punch.
That shot Calzaghe.
That's just what you get from Calzaghe. Good headshots.
This is what you get from Calzaghe when he's hurt. He's like an out-of-control windmill. He just starts throwing shots.
Well, that's the first round to Calzaghe, but he did take a big right hand.
Opponent, champion, I should say, in Jeff left hook Lacy.
Yeah, you have to sort of pinch yourself to remember this is not just a title. Calzaghe outworking Lacy at this stage. Lacy trying to drag Calzaghe down onto the punch on the blind side of the referee. Calzaghe himself spinning Lacy now and trying to work away on the ropes. Good work middleweight from the 33-year-old undefeated Welshman.
Which is what we're not really accustomed to with Calzaghe, but we know Lacy bangs well to the body.
Good uppercut from Calzaghe, really good shot.
Lovely right uppercut.
Calzaghe is outboxing Lacy at this stage. But it's a 12-round fight and a little contemptuous smile from Calzaghe as he attacks Lacy almost at will.
Well, this is pretty much what I thought we'd get from Lacy. He's not getting it his own way, and he's already starting to complain.
This is a really good start from Calzaghe, but Lacy now is into his face, and that's where he wants to be. Good uppercut again from Calzaghe, picking the shot well, and nothing coming back in there from Lacy. It's all Calzaghe in that exchange.
He's going to have to up his work rate, but then you can expect Calzaghe to go straight with him.
Good shot from Calzaghe, short, straight left. Lacy into his face, those are low punches, surely.
Well, this is getting really messy now.
He can't see it, he saw where he was placed, right behind the back of Lacy. Calzaghe gets away with it.
Calzaghe's going to have to fight his way out of the corner.
This doesn't want to be in that sort of toe-to-toe tower.
A twist turn Lacy nicely there.
Well, that's good work from Calzaghe. Quality work. Can he keep this sort of intensity of performance, this sort of speed, this work rate going?
This is going to be the hardest fight of Calzaghe's life, but right now he's boxing the fight of his life. Lovely combination, and then spins off and leaves Lacy to hit in thin air. He's boxing his own.
He is giving him a boxing lesson.
Absolutely, Joe. Giving him an absolute boxing lesson. He's hitting him and he's not getting hit. This is fantastic boxing by Calzaghe. Lacy's just become very pedestrian, very long-paced. You know, like all punches has to rely on him setting his feet to get those big punches.
Bang, that big right hand. And as Calzaghe tires, if he can't get Lacy out of there, as he tires, that could be more of a factor. But look at that hand speed from Calzaghe. That is exceptional. Absolutely exceptional.
1, 2, 3 punch combinations and then missing. Calzaghe just goes missing. Showing out now. Confidence is grown by the round.
Well, that is a brilliant 3 minutes boxing from Joe Calzaghe. Calzaghe, box your way in, don't just get dragged into the tower. Calzaghe almost showboating there, shows him the right hand and then on the repeat to the straight left. Calzaghe coming under attack himself.
Yeah, this is where Lacy wants it, he just wants to apply pressure on Calzaghe. Well, there was scar tissue coming into on his left arm coming into this fight, and the cuts opened up, I think, on the right eye. I'm not exactly sure.
It is the right eye, Jim.
Yeah, the right eye. He's actually doing a number on it.
The era of Chris Eubank, of Steve Collins, of Michael Dawson, he could have stood the test with all of them. Clash of heads inside there. Lacy came boring in low, but he took a load of punches from Calzaghe as well, flurries of shots. And resentment in Joe Calzaghe about the lack of recognition for his achievements and the fantastic support up here of admiration.
Lacy's punches are very predictable, and Calzaghe can read them really easily at this point.
For style, doesn't matter on job to me. I've had goodness knows how many rounds sparring with Winky Wright, but so far he's had no answer to this.
Lacy's just ploughing forward, but he's not getting anything. He's not the puncher at the minute, he's not the puncher's lick. He's just catching everything that Calzaghe's throwing. He can't keep his combinations going. He can't match Calzaghe for hand speed or work rate.
Calzaghe's contemptuously now dropping his gloves, so he's still fighting. He's fighting Lacy in. Calzaghe's never had the respect he should have had in the United States. With no fault of his own, he didn't get the contests against the likes of Roy Jones and Hopkins, and look at that quality. There must have been about 7 or punch flurry of blows there, aimed by Calzaghe, and I think just about every one of them hit. Another good left hand. And Lacy is starting to look bemused, befuddled, and utterly on his way towards defeat. I wonder how much more of this Lacy can take.
He's going to be tired, isn't he? Let's get it right.
Blood now seeping from his lower lip. Slaps, and he slaps hard. Kessler needed to remind you, of course, the taller man in the black and white shorts. Lacy, this one who's been battered from pillar to post for 18 minutes. Blood flying across our commentary position.
And I was so used to seeing him fight like this.
Okay, good straight right-hand lead he had in there. Now here comes Lacy, desperately trying to come in and wing hooks. There's his girlfriend, Jennifer, in the corner, trying to urge her man forward. But Calzaghe
does be hurt when he gets backed up, wipes his chin down as he starts to throw his shots. Look where his chin is, right in his chest. He doesn't want to leave it hanging out to dry. He's boxing a great fight.
Lacy did get in with a left uppercut, as you were saying that, Jim. Just got in close.
Yeah, I just landed one or two cleaner shots. He's getting out blocked, but he's just starting to get through on Calzaghe. Calzaghe's still winning this round for me, though.
Going to have a headache tonight.
He's getting rocked over, and who doesn't like it?
Calzaghe, I think, is starting to tee himself up for the big. I think he might be looking to take him out here. Two big left hands, and Lacy is on the receiving end of a barrage of punches. Calzaghe wants to get him out of there.
His legs are going, John. He's all over the place. He's hanging up for dear life. He's trying his fight back, but Joe's just going to be a better pick his punches better.
There has not been one moment in this fight where Calzaghe has surrendered the initiative, and a punch count there would have revealed, I think, something in the region of... Still a chance for Lacy, while his life there's hope.
This is just, you know, Calzaghe's got his... Right now, Calzaghe's got his number. What a beautiful little combination. He's picking his punches beautifully. He's going right down the middle.
The hand has held together away. Dean Powell's done a good job binding up that weak left hand. I don't think there was too much sparring, if any. Calzaghe quieter this round. Has Lacy done enough to edge it? I'm not sure. Good uppercut inside from Calzaghe. And another one. Headshots, all scoring shots from Calzaghe.
And Lacy breathing really heavily now as he soaks these punches up.
Oh, that's the flurry of punches that Calzaghe. Good body shot, good left hand. Nice uppercut.
Absolutely beautiful. That's world-class boxing. Beautiful left up.
Miguel Kessler, the Dane, is a spectator here. The WBA super middleweight champion. That's another possibility.
There's a big left hook there landed by Lacy.
Forward comes Lacy, trying to, you can see why he's trying to set himself, trying to give himself an opportunity to throw that bingo right hand. Knocking the head of Lacy around.
He's showing Lacy with contempt.
That is electric.
Absolute contempt. Beautiful boxing by Calzaghe. Fantastic. Winding up the right hand, showing him the jab, hitting him with the left hook with the consummate ease that Calzaghe is. Well, this is a sign of a nice player.
I think he could be close to being stopped here, Lacy. The referee should be having a good look at this, and I think that a compassionate corner might also be taking a good look at him, because he is taking round after round.
Well within himself.
He's been the 12-round distance 8 times for Joe Calzaghe. Lacy 3. Calzaghe knows exactly what it takes to win a fight. He's produced. Well, I mean, he said that his performance against Eubank was the best of his career, the hardest fight he's ever had. I think this is absolutely vintage Calzaghe. I think tonight he's been brilliant.
It looks like if Calzaghe can maintain this for the remainder of this fight. Beautiful by Calzaghe. You know what I love with that uppercut. They've obviously worked on that punch in the gym. It's paid off for him all night long.
Superb again.
Lacy's just getting beaten to the punch every time. Tocker outboxed that punch.
And it just continues. More of the same. People who thought that Lacy was going to win this fight. And when they look back at this Calzaghe was going to go, that he was ready to be taken.
Well, sure, there'd been one or two chinks in the armour. It's off in absolutely tip-top shape. We haven't had a problem with the hands, and he's got textbook boxing.
Here comes Calzaghe again. Is he looking for the stoppage even at this stage?
Well, Lacy looks spent. He looks absolutely out on his feet.
Going to be the same again after this, I don't think.
He's got nothing left, John. He's got nothing left.
The referee ought to be stepping in to stop this one.
Come on, John. Fantastic. And the desperate man can often be hurt, but he can be dangerous. The Calzaghe's a fighter through and through.
Can Calzaghe take him out even at this late stage?
Got him again. Watch this, his legs are gone. Referee looks like he might step in here, John. He's gone, John. He's absolutely gone. Referee's got to intervene. Look at this punch in the action. Fantastic by Calzaghe.
And the referee has a look. Lacy says, come on. Some terrific fights on ITV, and this is right up there with any performance that has been produced, I'm sure, by a British fighter. Calzaghe has been magnificent tonight. Lacy goes on to take it more.
Got him again, beautiful shots. This has been an absolute masterclass from Joe Calzaghe.
Quite outstanding. Staying up, a peach of a right uppercut from Calzaghe. The bell is about to sound. Calzaghe still picking his man off.
Congratulations, Joe Calzaghe.
They want him to call him out. Gary Shaw is shouting across the corner, get him out of there. Well, that's it. It's all over. Lacy comes forward and braces Calzaghe, but let the doubters be silenced. Joe Calzaghe is absolutely, utterly
in favor of the winner, and now the unified super-middleweight champion of the world, the pride of Wales, Joe Calzaghe.
Biggest crowd, a packed Millennium Stadium, and the man from Denmark has decided to bring both his titles, the WBA and WBC, to take on the indestructible Joe Calzaghe. Extraordinary that it's 10 years since Calzaghe defeated Eubank some 28 years ago. This has all the ingredients, Junior, of an absolutely mouth-watering contest.
It has. It's number one versus number two. And
a professional. Problems with the weight, they say, problems with his hand, no question on either count. But when it's mattered, he has done the business. It is over for Calzaghe. Still feels there's a fair old bit in the tank to go, despite being, well through his third decade.
Straight for Kessler, put him on his back foot, and he's just trying to stay there and do that, keep it on throughout the whole fight, I would imagine.
Well, you always say in boxing that you've got to take...
They are indeed. Definitely the best two in the division.
Good solid counter-punching though from... Calzaghe knows this is a huge step up from his last opponent, the reality TV winner, Pete. Well, if it works, it works. It doesn't really matter whether you stand, sit, or do somersaults, so that's highly unlikely. Here comes Calzaghe again.
Long left hook.
21st defense of his title, one of the great records in the history of the noble art of self-defense. At 28 years of age, I'm 7 years younger. Solid left once again from Kessler. I was very tempted to call him the challenger, but of course he's not. The southpaw jab by Calzaghe. What an accomplished boxer he's been all through his career. Won ABA titles at 3 successive weights. The only person ever to do that. Welterweight, light middle and middle before turning pro.
The hand speed of Calzaghe.
Well, that's good work by Kessler. See both Paddy looking so well. A little bit untidy there by Calzaghe, and the neater work, the more accurate work being done by Kessler.
You can see the power of Kessler coming through. just at the end of that round there.
Well, when you stop a man like Marcus Bayer, who from good footwork by Calzaghe, making his man look a little bit clumsy for the first time. Good finish to the round by Joe Calzaghe over the much vaunted Jeff Lacy. Way back at the start of last year. No, says the referee. No, says the referee.
And then,
yeah, well, that was the slip. That was very definitely a slip. Thinking that was going to be the first knockdown, but Mike Ortega says no. What do you think, Junior?
I don't think it was. I think the feet clashed. The clash of feet, clash of styles.
But good stiff little southpaw, and then Calzaghe once again a little bit low with that left hand, and the pace has suddenly picked up a little bit. Now, who will that suit?
I think it will suit Joe. This is more his type of fight here.
Time having to hold on, and that's very interesting. Mike Ortega breaks them up. This is a much more lively round that's been up by, well, from second into third gear.
Got right hand that was. That Joe almost walked onto.
Little volley from Calzaghe, keeping Kessler honest, because he comes back very quickly. Too far away with the left hand, Calzaghe. His hand's a little bit on the low side. He's got to watch that. Well, how confident is Calzaghe, the 35-year-old unbeaten WBO champion? He's really loving. That was a good solid shot right into the torso, right into the sternum.
He looked away then, but he was well out of range when he did it. It just shows his experience when to do it and when not to do it.
Well, no.
In this day and age, it's a whole different ball game. Things we know about diet, food, training. It means people like myself, Joe, Johnny Nelson when he was about till 39, Bernard Hopkins still going, and fit and fresh.
Calzaghe coming forward, got himself caught. He walked onto a very good left hand there from Kessler. Hasn't really phased him though, but the head went backwards. Caught.
That was the best exchange for Kessler there. And another good uppercut.
Great right. This fella has got a terrific range. And it's hugely important if you lose a round, you know, by a reasonable margin, that you come back and make an impression. And Kessler's doing that in this one. Faster hands by Kessler and faster feet as well. Oh, there's that uppercut. Great shot. Mikkel, so nothing too fancy from Calzaghe, coming back now toward the end of this round, but it's a round that I have a feeling he may well have conceded. That was better by Calzaghe. Very serious claim to be the best British boxer of all time, certainly in terms of his record. That's an inescapable fact. Calzaghe, interestingly, just going from head down to body again. Nice variation in Calzaghe's work, and that's a little bit better from him. It's much more crisp now. He's not leaving anything to chance. Left hook, the classic counter to the southpaw right. And Kessler's got his feet just right. That was better by Calzaghe.
Thinking, yeah, I've got to do everything right, I've got to do everything correct. This man truly is world class. I've got to do my best. And for a fighter like Joe, like myself, it brings the best out of you. He did it when he boxed Lacy. Without a doubt.
Back to a much more settled routine, Calzaghe. Still got himself caught. This fella has got very fast hands. This is turning out to be a fascinating contest, as you'd expect from the...
That just waits.
Too much information, Junior. Once again, fast hands from Kessler, but he's missing, and that will suit Calzaghe just fine. Calzaghe, a matter of a few seconds, what a man's going to do for you. And Calzaghe's starting to slip punches a lot better. Good aggressive piece of boxing by Calzaghe coming forward, which is what the crowd want. Good footwork by Calzaghe. He's moving very nicely, commanding the center of the ring and making Kessler move right. There's some lovely movement from Calzaghe, just sort of showing the man the shoulder, stepping away, pulling. Kessler has got a very, very good chin indeed, as indeed has Joe Calzaghe. Just about goes without saying when you get two of the best men. And Robin Reid found that to his cost, had to go to Germany. Oh, good shot by Calzaghe. Lovely little piece of hand speed and great accuracy. Caught his man nicely on the chin. Oh, good work by Calzaghe again. This is great pressure boxing from the 35-year-old, and again the left hand.
Down.
A masterclass from Calzaghe. Got the hands up again. Sweeping left from Kessler was absorbed by the right glove of Calzaghe. That was a good right though from Kessler. And Kessler's coming back again. This is a terrific exhibition. Trying to draw down the hands of the Dane. There's that quick right from Kessler, and again that attempted uppercut. He's used that a lot. We haven't seen Calzaghe throw that punch. And in close, Kessler's pretty tasty.
They're fighting for their lives here.
Proper boxing.
Yeah, champion versus champion, how the way it should be.
Just to remind the judges at ringside, Raul Hayes, John Stewart from the United States, Massimo Baravecchio. Mike Ortega, the referee, who has had very little to do. I think about the second round, he had a quick word with Joe Calzaghe. Other than that, he's let two ultra-professional.
Yeah, they're both good, clean fighters. They're not dirty, they're not trying to hit, hold, do anything illegal. They just want to go out there and box.
Kessler coming back strongly now. I do like the bounce in Calzaghe's work. That's a lovely piece of countering by Calzaghe. And again he comes forward, and Calzaghe to come forward just steps back a bit, and that's given Kessler a little bit of breathing. Calzaghe working to the body. So Calzaghe gets better as the years go on. Calzaghe still coming forward, trying to set his man up. Oh, that was a good shot by Calzaghe. And Kessler is hurt, and he's holding on. What a cracking shot. Don't hit round the back of the neck.
Well, there's the shots on the back of the head, what he got pulled for.
I think that was fair enough. I think that was fair enough, but Calzaghe, realising that he'd got his man in a bit of trouble, was desperate. And a lot of the zip and steam has now gone out of Mikkel Kessler. And there's a lovely left hand by Calzaghe straight through, and Kessler now, there's a definite air of desperation about his work, and the head went down, and what a finish to the round by Joe Calzaghe. Joe Calzaghe's confidence now must be sky high, and if you're not confident, well, you shouldn't be in the ring, especially at this level. Good work by Calzaghe again.
It is, at this stage, 2/3 of the fight down the line. You've just had a good round, you've hurt a man with a body shot. You just caught him again with another body shot, and Kessler seemed to feel that as well.
Calzaghe coming, bouncing forward now. There's a definite air of confidence in him. Just being the more accurate. Good footwork by the Welshman. Gordon Hammersmith took a bit of a shot there. If Kessler's going to win this, Junior, he's got to start coming forward. He's got to be more aggressive, hasn't he? That was a bit low by Calzaghe, but you do take my point.
I do. He has to stamp his authority. He has to come back like he has done in the early rounds and start winning these rounds. He knows he's away from home. You always box away from home. You know you're under more pressure to do it. Even though really and truly the referee, the judges are.
Great confidence from it. Hands dropping a little bit. It always worries me when the boxer, no matter how good he is, does that.
I think it varies with fighters. Some people can get away with it. I do it a lot. Joe does it a lot, and he has done for years. And it's just how he feels natural. It just shows that he's in that level of confidence to come back.
Joe Calzaghe, is he on his way to add the WBA and WBC titles to the WBO title? He's forward. He hasn't been the aggressor.
He hasn't got the shots off. He's there in body, it's a good fight, but he's just not doing enough to win the round.
Calzaghe is hopping up and down.
There's a confidence, a bounce. As a fighter, the style of fighter Joe is,
Cameo there from Calzaghe, 10 or 15 seconds of lovely boxing, and the crowd just started to applaud. Knowledgeable crowd, totally biased crowd, unashamedly so. Better work by Calzaghe, caught his man coming in. So I think Kessler's looking tired.
I think he is. He's having a good rally here though.
Kessler looking for one big shot now. He knows it. He hasn't got the time to outbox Calzaghe, and even if he takes, well, the last 2 rounds, and I don't think he's going to get this one. Bullying tactics by Calzaghe. Oh, and again into the Dragon's Den, as we've said, to put his 2 titles on the line against the most accomplished 12-stoner that I would have to say the world has ever seen.
He knows he's got to come out and do something. He's got to drop Joe to give himself the chance. It always seems to be a sign of attack when Joe drops his hands. It means he knows he's got it. He's feeling sharp. He's feeling fast as his opponent. So he's going to go in and
marginal, but from just past the halfway point, and from that body shot, Calzaghe has been pretty well in control, and Kessler.
Round 5, and Joe just started to use that jab and took everything off the jab. And once he did that, he was stepping around, picking them shots off. It's allowed him to do everything he's done since.
Paul in the background saying, double jab when he comes, Joe. Calzaghe knows it all, been there, a bit low with that left of his. Feinted with the shoulder and tried to get inside Kessler. Produced just about everything except a knockdown punch. Calzaghe will be quite happy. He's trained for this. Well, he is pleasing the crowd. Needs to be careful. Go raggedy from Dean Powell. I don't think he's going to do that. He's been there too many times, and this time in front of 50,000 of his fellow countrymen and women. Joe Calzaghe is about to add another 2 titles. And Joe Calzaghe. Kessler, brave man, came here. A lot of people didn't want to come to Calzaghe's backyard, but Kessler did. He's boxed Junior.
Definitely. He's come out, he's wanted it, he's tried to win. He showed power, he showed skill, he showed ability. It's just that Joe somehow has been...
Calzaghe has shown him the way. Kessler still there, still dangerous, still hoping, but it's a hope, it's a thread.
Punch has always got a chance.
Stoppage. Good right hand. Good right hand from Kessler. Indestructible, irrepressible Calzaghe is starting to just look like a man who is the undisputed 12-stone boxer in the world. 30 seconds remaining. Good shot by Kessler.
He's doing exactly what he needs to do. He's not allowing... The man's a big puncher. He stay out of his way.
Good shot by Kessler. If anything, I think Kessler maybe has taken this last round, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Well...
2 champions there.
All to the winner by unanimous decision. The fighting pride of Newbridge, Wales. Now the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world.
With the likes of Bernard Hopkins and Larry Holmes, Joe Lewis, the record holder at 25, and the action is underway. Lacy in March in Manchester last year. Manfredo believes that Calzaghe is a fighter who could be in decline. Chief Mackenzie, we've watched many of these Calzaghe fights over the years. October 1997, when he beat Eubank and became the champion, winning that vacant title, and it's been a roller coaster since then. And he's got Manfredo trapped in the corner. Manfredo's nose already warming up a little bit.
To see that, and he stops a fair few shots.
trying to unload with the right hand. Their argument is that you can't miss Calzaghe with the right hand, that sooner or later Calzaghe will get into macho mode. Nobody really has proved it. Byron Mkrtchyan put him down and got absolutely hammered when Calzaghe got up and knocked him down himself and stopped the fight in 3 sensational rounds. Salem put him down, but apart from that nobody else has done, and Calzaghe hasn't lost a fight since he was a teenager, and contented to jab his way in and just box his way through this opening round and just see what his opponent's got to do. Fairly quiet sort of opening round, maybe Calzaghe just about doing enough to take it. He was cut badly for the first time in his career by a clash of heads, and Calzaghe starting really impressively in this round, doubling up on the jab. His sparring partner Gary Lockett told me, I don't think that Manfredo quite realises just how quick he is.
He won't realise just how good Calzaghe is until the punches come raining down on his head. The corner have told Manfredo that Calzaghe slaps. They're going to find out just how hard he slaps.
Flurry of shots from Calzaghe and nothing coming back by way of response from Manfredo. Well, that's not allowed. Calzaghe hitting around the back of Manfredo, although Manfredo did turn his back on him. At least 6 foot, and he's a big 6 foot if you get what I mean with that. He's a big frame as well, and to get down to all this ballooning up that some fighters do.
A nod of acknowledgement there from Manfredo as he walks onto the jabs of Calzaghe. But he just can't get past the southpaw right-handed jab.
Manfredo looking a little bit nonplussed. Calzaghe's had fragile hands over the years. That's the one real worry. The concern that if the hand went early that he might have problems here. Punches, impossible to call each one.
What Manfredo fails to realise is Calzaghe will do this to him all night long. He can't wait for Calzaghe to punch himself out. It won't happen.
But his 2 attempted left-hand counters just whizzed through thin air. Terrific the way Calzaghe switches attack from head to body. Crowd's loving this one. Manfredo needs to produce more. Calzaghe is throwing punches by the dozen.
The referee must stop him. He's going to stop him.
He stopped it. He stopped the fight. Protesting this too soon. But Calzaghe wins it in the 3rd round. Referee Terry O'Connor stopped this one. He was taking a very close look.
Joe
into the best shape of their lives for this. It's for the world title, but it means more. Calzaghe has not reached the dizzy heights since dismantling Eubank in '97 and badly needs using for you, but Calzaghe, the southpaw, the taller man with the red waistband with his name on.
Well, we all want to see a devastating victory for Joe Calzaghe, but we're not in too much of a hurry. We want him to take his time, don't do anything silly, don't play to the crowd. We want to see the knockout, but we want to see a good performance first and nothing silly. Make good use of the southpaw jab, confuse this guy for a couple of rounds.
He's already working on that left hook. That was what Sheikah's got to get to him.
He's got to make use of the advantage of being a good southpaw, good technical skilled southpaw, and start to frustrate and then come in with the powerful stuff.
Slightly slower start than normal for Calzaghe, who pounced on David Starry. Working that left side. His strength. Slight mark underneath his left eye, Calzaghe. Shaker trying to get in close with the right hand. Good left, straight jab from Calzaghe. Sheikah showed a good chin up to now. But Calzaghe may have that extra power in his last couple.
The Shaker come in confident, but maybe there's been a little dent in that confidence with a couple of straight lefts Calzaghe's landed.
Good skills, good chip out up for grabs. Joe Calzaghe, the southpaw from Newbridge in Wales, at 28, desperately trying to get his career up and rolling again. Sheikah's had an air of confidence about him all week, and he seems to me a little phased already in there. He's tried to come back with rights of his own, but Calzaghe has the more impressive shots. Tops Owo, one of our leading super middleweights as well. Beaten only once, Sheikah, by Tony Boo, with the variety of Calzaghe here. Beautiful boxing.
It's also the sharpness of Calzaghe. This is as sharp as I've seen him. He's making full use.
So Woe. He said no excuses this time. Was that round the back of the head? Yes, says referee Gennaro Rodriguez. His body, but he's not getting near enough. He looks a worried man, the American, at the minute. He's trying to open Calzaghe. Third round. The one that Calzaghe opened up and stopped Branko Shabot back in Cardiff when he was ruling the world, and possible big name. A couple of proposed American debuts didn't work out, and after having a close fight with Robin Reid,
the couple of little left hands he's taken, I think maybe just putting a little bit of doubt in his mind.
Straight jabs working for Calzaghe as well. Nervous at the weigh-in yesterday, which probably is a good sign. I haven't seen him like that in a while.
And that's how you're supposed to be. Probably the biggest fight of your life, if you like. I mean, he's running out of chances to impress the Americans, but fighting like this will impress. But I'm just worried. I hope he keeps this pace going and doesn't start worrying about the 12 round.
He can hit Sheikah. 13 of his 20 victims inside the distance. He blew away a chap called Bert Bodos in only 31 seconds.
Side this, I still feel that, and I still feel that's Joe Calzaghe.
Never been stopped, Sheikah, but will he just be worn down by the continual his natural strength? Burned down to make the weight in so many recent performances. Talk of him going up to light heavy at 12-7. Calzaghe take a pound and a half off yesterday before the weigh-in. Gave such a negative display. Calzaghe knows he's got to impress. He's trying that left hook again. Sheikah's leaky defence. He struggled in his last fight with Glencoff Johnson. To be fair, did give Sven Ocker, the IBF champion, a bit of a run for his money. Through Sheikah's stamina in the Thornberries. He enjoys his space and movement.
He is a good boxer, a good technical boxer, so he does like room to work. But I'm just worried in case he was blowing heavily at the end of the dropping the pace and letting this fellow back into the fight. He has to maintain this pace.
Occasionally too, he's been his worst enemy. Calzaghe there, feeling the weight of some of these shots. Calzaghe's speed, when he has the room, is devastating. With the style. Enzo Calzaghe, Joe's father, and Ernie Fossey in the corner saying, use the uppercut.
He's been working well up close with the left hand. He's kind of holding with the right, maybe slightly fouling, but it's working well for him. His left hand up close is working exceptionally well. There it goes again.
And Sheikah to any effect at the minute. We knew he's come to fight, and he is doing that. But he is not in Calzaghe's league, certainly not over the first four. Having waited for his big opportunity. He's really going for it now, trying to pin Calzaghe in the corner. But Calzaghe wobbles it with a left hand. Sheikah comes back. Tremendous action here at Wembley. A last throw of the dice from Sheikah.
And it's good to see Calzaghe blazing back with him, not trying to hold, not trying to outbox, get away from it. That's the real Joe Calzaghe we're seeing tonight.
A brilliant blend of styles. The aggressive orthodox puncher and the slick southpaw move. Can Sheikah break the space down? And there's a problem with this. Got cuts on both sides of his face. He dabs at the right. It's do or die for him now in there. Trying to draw Calzaghe in.
Leading again.
His face is becoming a bloody mess as Calzaghe rakes out those fast right jabs. Well, we wanted a good display from Joe Calzaghe, and this is what it is. Credit where credit's due, and what a brawl in the fifth. Both going for it. Tremendous spirit from Shaker, but a left wobbles in, and I think the referee's going to see two more of this. Calzaghe really going for broke. And it's been stopped. It's over. What a win for Joe Calzaghe. A brilliant performance, and father and son elated on the canvas. His 29th win. But they've got reason to smile tonight.
The quality punches at this stage in the fight were coming from Calzaghe. The solid shots, the properly delivered punches. Shika now was swinging wildly, lost his composure, really lost all method in what he was doing. He was just being picked apart at the end up. The referee picked the perfect time just to call off. He was being picked apart. Okay, maybe he could have seen the round out, but look at the state of his face. He had given everything he had.
A brave, valiant effort from Shika, but just underlying Joe Calzaghe as the world's leading super middleweight. Can he now go on?
Told us he was back in love with his job, and he looked like a man who was tonight. He has retained his WBO World Super Middleweight title belt, and more important,